I went to law school and I thought I knew it all. They taught me how to be a competitive game player, how to always win, and how to always be right. However, that doesn't matter in the real world. What matters is winning, because in my world as a criminal defense attorney, if I don't win, my client loses. And unfortunately, a loss may mean my client going to the jail for the rest of their life. However, those tools and techniques are not always successful. And in the basic, in January 2008, I learned a concept called win-win. And in that concept, I learned that we're all one, and that we have to work together. And those tools and techniques have helped me as a criminal defense attorney to become more successful, to be a better negotiator, to speak with my clients more clearly, and to be able to get them what they want, what they need, and what they deserve. And this concept has helped me become a better criminal defense attorney and how to win more cases. Win more cases on a win-win basis, not a win-lose basis. And that's what I was taught in law school, is to be competitive and to always be right, because if you don't win, somebody loses. Another important concept that I learned in the basic seminar was something called the behavior matrix. It talks about people's personalities and how they communicate. And I was a formal dominant person, and the person that I wanted to have a relationship with most desperately was my brother. And he sat directly across from me in the informal follow with quadrant. And unfortunately, the way I communicated with people and what I thought was appropriate was not able to create the relationship that I wanted with him. He lived 5 minutes across town, and unfortunately we wouldn't see each other except once every couple months. However, once I learned that the way I wanted to communicate with people was not successful, and once I learned how to communicate with him to keep him in communication with me, our relationship grew. I was able to see that how I needed to communicate with him is to show him that relationships were important, and that I didn't need to be in control, and that I didn't always need to be right. And as a result of those tools and techniques, I've created a phenomenal relationship with my brother. We're now able to spend time on the phones talking to each other, and we eat dinner with each other at least once a week. And as a result of those tools and techniques, our relationship has grown leaps and bounds in the last couple of years. Those tools and techniques that I learned through the behavior matrix have also allowed me to be a better negotiator as a criminal defense attorney, because I'm now able to communicate with people in a different way, to communicate with them how they will understand and not how I want to communicate with them. I've also learned to communicate better with my clients in the hopes of negotiating a better deal for them, or to successfully communicate with the jurors in the hopes of getting a not guilty verdict for my client. Another concept that I learned is to think is to create, and that you are the master of your own mind, and that if you can dream it, it is absolutely possible, because your mind will not allow you to think of something that is impossible. As a matter of fact, after I took the basic seminar, I was able to generate $10,000 so that I could go to the next advanced course seminars that I wanted to go to. I was allowed the liberty in my life to leave my law practice and go do those things that I wanted. I generated $60,000 worth of income during the Game of PLD, PACE Leadership Dynamics program that is offered by PSI seminars. In 60 days, I was able to generate $60,000, and that was because I allowed my mind to go there. I thought bigger thoughts than what I had ever thought before, and as a result of the think is to create concept, I've generated numerous things in my law practice and in my life that I never thought were possible.